So you were saying about clutches.
Yes, yes. We could say our everything's clutch on this channel, can't we?
Yes, it basically is. Hello, it's us.
Which is because we're such an organized machine. We're
Yeah.
always nothing ever technically breaks. Nothing. No, it's talking about cars.
Yeah, and our very very much happiness with our cars. Both of us are very happy with our cars right now.
Well, it's not even mine. I'm renting mine.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm very very happy with my car. Very. Don't ask.
Just ecstatic.
Yeah.
Even.
It didn't cost me lots of money because it didn't pass its MOT. Don't you?
I couldn't. Yeah, I mean, I could have bought a car with the amount I rented. You know.
So we're having bad days.
Well, I mean, this is why I think partly we keep doing this.
Yeah.
This thing we're doing right now, because it is a break from the insanities. So we do post-sanity because it's post-sanity because it makes us feel better afterwards.
Hell yes. Hell yes. Do you know how I know I'm a grown-up, right? Do you want to know what?
No, tell me. Tell me.
Do you want to know what I was doing before this?
What?
I was doing DIY.
DIY.
My loft hatch broke the other day, the lock for it. So I had to go and get a new one, and I was there with my screwdriver, just realigning it all and everything, and I was just sat there going, "Wow, I feel like I don't feel like I should be doing this. This isn't this isn't what life's supposed to be."
Isn't that just the ticket? Like, you know, I'm there with you, buddy.
Oh god.
Adulting.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I wonder if there'll ever be a time where I feel grown up, because I don't.
No, I think this is it.
Yeah?
I think this is it.
I pretend to be a grown up when I'm working and stuff like that. I'm like, oh yes, I know exactly what I'm doing, and I get home, I'm like, I didn't know what I was doing at all.
It's
great fun.
22. The equation to life.
Yeah, I think you might be right. You know, that sounds about right.
It's 42 or 24. Fuck, I failed.
I think it's 42. I feel like
it's 42.
Yeah.
I think it's 42. Yeah.
Baker me has crushed it. I've got lofty ambitions, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the name of a band. That's a band name.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
that is a band.
It's a nice one too.
Yeah, I like.
Feels
that.
like an indie rock band.
It does. It does. Yeah. I feel like maybe we should go and we should let Baker Mar take over for the day.
Yeah. It would probably increase our numbers.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it would be better.
Well, you know, off stream, Ben takes the mick out of us because his mum gets more streamers than we do, more viewers. Yeah. Which is really funny.
Hey, I mean, to be fair, Post-Sanity gets more viewers than me.
Yeah, but I mean,
my channel.
you know,
come on, like
we're both growing. Don't you worry. I'm certain the millions of pounds are coming in. It's fine.
No, they're not. No, but I mean, it's been a good day on my channel.
Yeah, I saw your message. Yeah,
getting there.
Go on, tell the people.
Like
tell the people.
Well, one of the achievements on Twitch, because I mean, is like hitting 200 followers, and I'm at 180 something now, 181.
Wow.
So I'm getting there. That's current goal, so that's great, I guess. And then 60 subs on YouTube. That's been slowly taken away. Actually, in the last 28 days, is the highest amount of subs I've had in 28 days, based on the YouTube, because that's 5 now.
Well done.
28 days. Usually the average was 3. Now I've nearly doubled that, so gonna hopefully keep that going. So hopefully we're kind of great formula, but thanks to you, Akkers, that is also happening. And I mean, Akkers, you do this, you do the post-anti stuff. You're doing it all.
I love it. I only do it because it's so much fun. The thing is that I'll do some post sanity bits and pieces. So obviously at the moment I'm working on our next thing to go out.
Ooh, yes.
So I've done the first.
Oh, please tell me you have something for us today.
Of course I have
regarding.
Something for us.
Oh yes.
Yes. So we'll look at that a bit later. So I've been doing the second half of that, that episode, and whenever I'm like, I need a little break, I'll then jump over to your stuff, and it feels like I'm doing something completely different because it is totally different.
It is quite different compared to.
It's like
I would love one day to do like a tabletop thing for that as well, and just have something like we have the thing. Because I would love to do like a persistent campaign online for D&D, like similar like a weekly thing I do with like the Rollers of Fate guys. So I would love to do something like that, but you need quite a lot going on.
Sure.
And also doing it live. It's not like our recorded episodes, So
sure.
Have to.
Well, the Rollers of Fate guys, they go like 2-3 times a week, didn't they? I know it's not the same campaign every time, but
I think they've got. It's definitely 3, maybe 4 games going.
Wow.
But it's different DMs and stuff like that. Cisco does two of them, and one as a player.
Wow.
Well, actually, no. Technically, 3 probably as a DM.
Wow. Then again, he's a great DM. I always. I usually can't stay for the whole thing because it runs for 2, 3, 4 hours sometimes.
Oh, it's like like the traditional kind of length of what Critical Role and kind of the big guys do.
So that's close-ish to 4 hours usually, isn't it, for them?
Yeah.
But the thing is that I always try to get myself there for the start. First of all, to support it, but also the start is the like really calm and easygoing. If I've had a rough day, and he's sat there going, right, just sit back, relax, get yourself a drink, and we'll go through this. And I'm like, I like this vibe.
This is nice. And then it just goes
mad, and then you start talking.
Yes, I know, I ruined it all. Especially last week, I think I did the announcements, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Well, it wasn't on last week; it was the week before. But that last episode we did. Oh my God, that was. I don't know if you've watched the full thing.
I haven't. No, I would just never find the time to get through it all.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
You dead yet?
Nearly for the second time, yes.
It does feel like every time.
I'm going for the hat trick.
Yeah. Every time I tune in, somebody's saying, "Yeah, almost dead." Yep, it'll be this time. This time it's coming.
Oh, my character's dropped a lot, man. Like they've definitely gone down to. No. It's but I've got a different build I'm working on, so it's gonna be fun. But we should talk about our D&D.
We should
do that.
I was actually
probably do that.
Nah, I was actually going to mention D&D, but something different. Where you'll remember, but we can't actually show any of it yet because we're still working on it. But there's something we have filmed for D&D to come in the future, where there was a lot of moments where characters just dropped, and it was like, oh no, that was an accident.
I forgot about that shit.
And we had to keep getting people back up again and stuff like that. It was really funny. But
it was just how that character was played was so funny. Like it tells you
it was.
I loved it.
The disappointment,
the disappointment.
It's good fun. Yes,
all healers are disappointed.
Yeah. Do you know? I genuinely enjoy being the healer. I'm wondering if for any reason Bryn ends up like going through the gates of Valhalla. Maybe the next person is a healer. He's going to be an unhappy healer, but a healer. Because at the moment I play the cleric that's, really fighty and stuff like that.
You should, it'd be so funny. Yeah. If that ever happens, you should be a grave cleric.
Ooh, yes.
Yes, you know what? When you talked about that, the first character I think to mind is from Critical Role's campaign 2, Caduceus.
Yeah.
He's like, hey man, like stuff. He's talking like this. He's like a hippie. He lives in a garden, is the cleric of the Wild Mother, which is like the nature goddess, in Critical Role's world.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he drinks dead people tea. It's just, he's just like, yeah, man.
Yeah,
This was Dave.
Part of my vibe.
But it's this thing is like, he's like, oh, here's some heals, like, or just like he's like, oh, you kind of dead? No, I got you. And just kind of like, but he's kind of like, yeah, I guess. It's like, it's very, just like a big stoner kind of healer almost.
That sounds like fun. I think that's where I'm going to be going. Brilliant. It's either that or go really left field. I've always been interested in doing Ranger because it's there's so much you can do with it. But either Ranger or is it Fighter? Which is just. Oh, actually, Barbarian's quite fun as well. Maybe Barbarian.
Rage.
Yeah.
Rage.
Oh.
I would like to rage.
Yeah.
So
Thank
good.
you. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, talking about rage, we do see a bit of that.
Oh, yes, we do.
With in recent episodes.
We do. We are.
Vehicle. We discover he's part barbarian.
That's right. Yeah. Now I didn't know it was part barbarian. So does that mean we might find out more about our friend Vehicle at some point?
I mean, he's I can talk about. He still has those kind of styles of. So I believe I've made him a. Have I made it? I can't remember. He's a fighter barbarian.
That's a good mix, actually.
Yeah, he just has one level in barbarian. He rages and stuff. Just as it's not like a big surprise. Not something I'm trying to super keep quiet. But that's kind of his style. He's a fighter, but he has that kind of old school orcish rage in him.
Yeah.
Because, and I don't think it's like I would argue to say it's for him. It's more like his form of rage is more like adrenaline.
Yeah, fair enough.
Rather than anger for him. Unless he hangs out with you guys enough, he might rage and just kill you all. But I guess shall we?
We shall, I think.
Shall I roll a d20?
Oh yeah, go on then.
Okay.
I think this is the earliest we've ever gone into the questions. We normally say
Ben's not here.
That's true. Yeah, we have to spend half an hour talking about.
Yes.
I don't know. What does he talk about? Kit Kat Junkies.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Let's see. 15.
Ooh, 15. Oh, okay. Roll for initiative.
Virgo rage.
Yeah, there you go.
Rages.
There you go.
Hey. Yeah, I think it's actually interesting question to you. In that moment where he was like, you're trying to think, oh, maybe we should do this and do that, and he's like, the child is going to be killed.
Yeah.
We are talking too much. We are not killing enough, and it's kind of that thing where he was really. I don't know if it gave this, but like this, he's a really call to action guy. He's a really just like doesn't stand idly by. Maybe that's not a good thing for him. But he is that kind of commanding type, so he's kind of like, let's fucking get stuck in. We're talking too much. Let's do something.
Sure.
What was it like in that aspect as Bryn? When he went charging in, anyway, you were like, maybe we should be just like, and he just went, and do you know what? How does Bryn feel?
My first thought of it, and I mean, you know this because I literally said it, is there's so much of a chance for physical comedy, we have to just let it happen. So it's like, we have to give Josh his moment, because he will just come up with something out of nowhere. You'll be like, ooh, like he actually did, as we saw.
Yes.
And so that was my thinking. However, from the Bryn side of things, I think he really doesn't like Vehicle. Like he's just the thing. From the moment that he said, "I'm one of the top 10 of Darius's men," and that's basically exactly where Bryn's come from. Is he's one of Darius's men. He's one of his scouts, and that's where he started. So it's like, excuse me, mate. No, I think you're fine actually. I think Bryn didn't even know there was a top 10. Let's put it that way.
yeah. His ego has been bruised.
Yeah.
He's not having any of it, and Do you think Bryn's gonna want to be like, I'm getting in that fucking top 10?
Oh, hell yes. Yeah. It's gonna be
interesting.
Yeah.
So he's one of. I mean, I mentioned it probably in the last episode or the beginning of this kind of session that we recorded. He's one of the 10 strides. So there's obviously the kind of the name this top 10 has been given. You don't quite know where he is on that scale.
That's true.
So there's that I might not allude to.
That's true. He could be dangling off the edge, like a close 11. To...
Is that what Bryn's thinking?
Yeah.
Bryn's gonna like. That's where Bryn's mind's going.
Exactly.
I'm thinking that fucking asshole spot.
There you go. It's one less person to compete with. Yeah. No, but as much as I think, he doesn't like him. I think he's still like, well, if he's one of Darius's men, then he's most likely trustworthy at least. So, we might as well have him along, and he might as well be there to help us. Because I think, it's a dangerous mission, isn't it? Or it seems to be. I mean, we're literally walking.
I mean, you've left camp.
Yeah, I know.
For the first time, like coming into the third season. Obviously, we had a little bit at the beginning that kind of sets the precedent for this season, which is actually you've done the kind of thing, the typical D&D thing. You start in the town that you are in. You kind of venture a little bit out, but you come back.
Yeah.
But it's still within the kind of vicinity of the camp. But now you've traveled for like 3 odd days or so. Can't remember how many we ended up doing, but like till we got to the scenario that we're kind of now in.
Yeah.
What has it been like to actually as a player, but also I guess Bryn as well, like in terms of actually that happening, leaving the safety of camp?
Well, I mean, the best thing was that we let Runt take charge of the first outing. Which is it was just perfect. The fact that we did a literal loop and then ended up at the same place. And I genuinely I wanted to pretend like it was like, wow, we found a place and I can't believe it and everything. And everybody shut it down so quick. I was like, no, let's be like, whoa, it looks just like our camp. But yeah, I mean, that's the funny thing is that we've not really gone properly into the travel mechanics and stuff like that. I mean, there's a really good moment where we're all going to sleep and you're like, so who's setting up watch? And me and Velsh just look at each other and went, nah.
And Vehicle was like, I guess it's just me. Okay, fuck you.
The fact that you've got us to roll for it and you went, and you wake up and it's morning, it's fine, everything's fine. It's like, we knew.
There's always that kind of it's all comes down to, obviously, I did a very short and abbreviation of this. I used a D6 with you guys, but depending on how big and how grand you want to go, and depending on like how much prep time I've got, you can go up to different die sizes, and you roll like a D20 or something.
Yeah.
And it'll be a certain result will happen, or nothing will happen, weather changing. This is for those who aren't familiar, we've seen that in if you just watch our stuff, then it is something in D&D like travel has always been this subject of like I think a lot of the times like you don't want to do the long-winded version. This is kind of the way to like really just kind of flow through stuff. And then whatever happens and whatever you roll, we do that. And we play out that scenario, but I feel like you don't want to like just literally do a day, stop and do this big thing and then stop again. You want to have some sort of momentum, not be too sticky with it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, for me, That could be fun depending on who your players are, but I think for our group, I think it was better to just, just flow with stuff and like different things happen different days.
Sure.
We have that funny moments, we have our laughs, and then we finally arrive into what feels like a natural proper scene, which in this case is these frog people that you run into. So
yeah, I mean, I tried to set up the toad in the hole joke the whole time. I was like, come on.
It never appeared.
Never happened, no. The amount of time I was like, well, I'm going to dig a hole right here. Be like, lay it over with leaves. Everything like that. I was like, right, second half, I'm going to do a toad in the hole joke. And then, of course, we just go running in.
You were trying to do?
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, now, was that what that was?
Yes, it was, yes.
Fuck's sake. That's so stupid.
Even like near
the effort.
I thank you. Even like near the end, I was like, "Is my trap still there?" You're like, "You never did it." I was like, "No."
You did. You said, "What? You know?"
Yeah.
In what time and space could you have done that?
Oh god. I also think I have to give an apology for the end of that episode because
why?
Because it got a bit mad at the end. Did you not hear what I was talking about? I was like, well, let's do crimes. That was it, like
let's do crimes.
Let's do crimes. Right, let's
yeah.
He's what was it? They're running away. So let's just kill them. That'll be fine. Like, it's awful.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
It's a choice. You can if you want to.
I was genuinely really interested to see if we could get any way of getting to like the frog or grung, isn't it? They're called
grungs.
Yeah. I want to get.
You captured one.
Captured one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd like to get to their village and just see what they're like because, I mean, two things could happen here. We could either die, or we might have our next death cap in one of the grungs. So that would be quite cool.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know if they're gonna take kindly if they know you've killed their fucking hunting party.
Well, I mean,
or one of them at least.
Yeah, self-defense, wouldn't it? I'll make the toad in the hole joke.
Well,
that'll
to be
cover.
fair, it kind of was.
Yeah.
Was.
If I make that toad in the hole joke, that'll cover us. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah. You just need like I don't know, run the fireball and leave a crater, and then there's technically toads there, and then you throw them in.
There you go.
Yeah.
Frog's eggs. Yeah.
Yeah, oui.
I'm not seeing an issue here at all. Right.
No.
I'll get in contact with Josh. Right. Oh gosh. But yeah. I mean, for my way of looking at it, I just I enjoy because I know that you've got a straight-laced idea of what you want. And you're the same as me with Lace and Feelings. I got this real straight-laced, okay, this is the through line, this is what I want to do with this episode. It's really fun to play with that and just be like, no, we're not going to quite do that, actually.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, I don't particularly mind. It's like, I agree I have this line, but I'm kind of like, I'm open to whatever happens. Like, and because, especially you, we do it to each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of so I can't really be like, oh, I don't want this.
Yeah,
it's like it's gonna happen.
It was,
and it's all right. I accept it.
Yeah, I think it was nice. The very first couple of episodes we did for Lasers and D&D, we had the etiquette of let's follow the thing, and then we began to realize we're all just as mad as each other, right? Let's just do what the hell we want. You know?
Yeah. And that's totally fine.
That's never stopped.
Yep, it's never stopped.
Oh god. Oh dear. Well, shall we address the elephant in the room? Which is, I mean, Josh obviously not with us because it's Josh, but no, he's just obviously a busy boy. However, Ben isn't with us for an also valid reason, which is that he is also a busy boy. He is in Africa right now. He sent some pictures over the other day of oh no, sorry, it's actually his mum, because his mum and his brother went with him as well. And they sent over some pictures, and it was gorillas just walking past them. Big burly.
Not Bulgaras.
No, Do you know what? Maybe. And they're so far away, it could be anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow. I mean, Jesus, that's pretty damn cool out there, sort of in the bush, as it were. I think it's Uganda. But yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, they're doing a couple of places in Africa. I think Kenya might be the other one. But yeah.
Oh, okay. So they're going for quite a few countries in Africa.
Just those two, I think.
Oh, right.
But
Okay.
God, yeah, I can't wait to see
they're
the
going to
photos.
be near the coffee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
jealous.
Yeah.
I
I
would
mean-
love to go to Kenya and see, because obviously I'm a huge coffee fan.
What?
So I would
No.
love to go there. Oh,
You know nothing about coffee.
I just reinitialized a coffee subscription I had cancelled and put it back on.
Ooh.
So I get monthly deliveries of coffee, of different micro lots I'll get, and different places.
So here's the question: Do you get the beans, or do you get it already ground up?
Oh,
or is
the whole beans, because it keeps them fresher that way.
Yeah,
So when
yeah.
you grind them down, they're fresh.
Yeah. Do you know I the best I can do is occasionally I'll get out the cafetiere and be like, that'll do, and then I'll pop some like grounds in there. But that,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're talking like once a month. I'll be like, I'm going to treat myself. You know.
Yeah, I mean cafeterias could be a pain in the ass to clean.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
got all the coffee grounds.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Actually, it is a bit annoying, but yeah, still a coffee out of it sometimes. Ooh, as long as you got the right stuff. I mean, you know, if it's just rubbish, then forget it. But oh,
Yeah, you know what is the proper like brew time if you
Oh.
want a proper good friend cafeteria coffee? 15 minutes.
no way, that long?
hmm
Damn, I'd even like 5.
Get the
if
most
that.
out of it, yeah.
Wow.
You obviously got to get the right balance of coffee and water in there
Yeah.
because you don't want it to be like not enough water and you're like,
Yeah.
so much caffeine. Whereas the why you can dilute it a little bit, but not so much that you can't. You've just got a huge chunk of watery coffee, but I mean that's what coffee is. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. All right. Big question then. So you're,
Mm,
I am very much not into my coffee. Like I drink,
your tea.
I drink my tea. I have one coffee because I meet up with a friend most Fridays, and we'll go and we'll have a coffee then. But that's
Yeah.
probably it for the week. But I know
Mhm.
you're a big fan, and I want chat to answer this as well.
Okay.
Where is the best place to get coffee? And when I say place, I mean the mainstream places. You know, you got your Costas, your Neros, your Starbucks. You know,
You
things
want a
like
mainstream answer because
Yes.
I would go independent, but if we're talking about mainstream, Costa.
that. You are correct, sir.
That was the right answer.
Yeah, I'm the same, to be honest. I've
Well,
had.
have you seen the Starbucks beans? They're black.
Yeah.
They're like just it's ash. You're drinking ash.
I just don't think it tastes as nice. I mean, I'm again, I am not a connoisseur in any shape or form.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Ben bought he bought a coffee machine when we first started living together, and well, you know it because you use it every time you come round. And but he bought a coffee and it was called Soave or something like that. Soave. It's a type of I don't know exactly what it is.
Oh.
Anyway,
Hmm.
he bought it very, very cheaply, right? It was
Mhm.
100 of these little cartridges because it's a cartridge
Yes.
machine,
Yeah.
and he had one of them. And he went, "No, that tastes like gravel. I'm never drinking that again." And then he said, "Rob, why don't you try one?" I was just like, "It's just coffee, mate. It all tastes the same. What's the problem?" So I ended up drinking them all. Like, so I had the rubbish coffee whilst he went out and got all the nice ones. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would have been the same. It's when I obviously moved to London and I started finding stuff to do that was a bit cheaper than some other activities. And if you're a local coffee shop and you need to study and stuff like that, usual uni thing, right? But in London, you never got anything like this in Scotland. Or like even my experience with living in the city, or it wasn't known to me. But in London, at the time, it was. I mean, it had been a growing scene for a while.
Yeah.
But I think it was really getting into a fucking height that it is now. And it's just going to so many places. And I mean, there's whole festivals and stuff like this, and I went to the London Coffee Festival, but it was like I think a friend took me to a place, and I saw they had all this stuff on the wall, like stuff like like grinders and stuff like this. I'm like, what the f is this? And I tried one of their coffees. I went, I seen the light. Oh, little angel appeared, and I was just like, this has totally changed my perspective of coffee. And I asked questions at the people there on this sort of thing. I'm like, oh yeah, there's like whole different roast things, different things, different. I was like, there's different things. And what? There's like no syrups? No, we don't do syrups. I'm like, what? Wow. And then it just, I went into the abyss and came out like more in love than coffee than I've ever been in my whole life.
Wow, that's very cool.
And I mean, I've got qualifications. I'm hoping to get more, but I mean, just the time to do it, and there's nowhere local here. So I usually time it with if I'm coming down to see you guys and recording stuff, or seeing family or friends or things like this. I'll say, one, do I have the money for it? Two, does it line in with, and can I tie it in with when I'm coming down?
Yeah.
Yes, no, So it's been tricky as of late because I've just been crazy working all the time. But yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, that's essentially how I feel about tea, except for I only drink the world's worst tea, so that's fine. If you give me anything like over the top, if you go PG tips or above, I'm not happy because you've wasted money.
What about like things like do you drink at least maybe Earl Grey?
Nope. English breakfast or nothing.
That's that's the closest. Like that's the next closest one.
I know.
Even if you add a bit of milk, I it's sacrilege to add milk to tea.
Is it?
But not for. I mean, I do it.
Yeah, everyone does it, but sacrilege.
Hey, I'm using that bag of sugar you gave me for my teas. And it's been great. I'm like,
yeah,
about halfway through it already.
I'm not surprised, Yeah.
That stuff is great.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. We so again, Ben's into his sugar. I don't really have sugar in my tea or coffee, but it's a soft brown sugar, and it's almost caramelly, isn't it? It's really good. But oh man.
Well, see with tea, that's the only thing I put sugar. I don't put sugar in my coffee.
Oh, okay.
No, the only sugary thing I'll have in my coffee is if it's like a mocha, because it's got chocolate in it. So, but I wouldn't if it's coffee. And yeah, I just don't add sugar to it unless I know it's going to be shit. But I need caffeine right now. Like, see if I'm somewhere and I'm doing a job or something, and it's like, oh, I guess this place will do fucking sugar like this fucking.
So that's why you have 6 sugars when you're down with me.
No. No.
Oh god.
I just don't like the pod stuff.
No, you're alright. I know. Well, I mean,
London turned me into a coffee snob.
That's fine, though. I mean, the thing, I'll be honest. I have gone to like places that are good, are sort of well known for their coffee, mostly abroad. If I'm being honest with you, there's some really nice places in Spain, and it's just different. I mean, you're in a different setting as well. You're in a different place, so that changes it anyway. But oh yeah, sometimes.
I mean, one of my bucket list things is to go to Italy and have an espresso in Italy.
Done it. Outside of the Colosseum.
You know what? I'll be gracious. I'll be generous. Have 2.
You're very one lump or 2. But yeah, honestly, that was an amazing thing.
Just the 2, actually.
Yeah. Well, friend of I went to Greece with a friend of mine, and we stayed quite close to the Acropolis, which was bloody amazing. But the best thing about it is that there's a street leading sort of up to the Acropolis, and that's kind of where we were staying. So we were probably 10-minute walk away, and it was just rows of restaurants and coffee shops just all over, and you could sit down, and the seats weren't like facing each other so you could talk to each other. They were all looking out and upwards towards the Acropolis. because nobody cared about talking because you've got this view right in front of you.
Yeah.
So that was our every morning, was to sit down and have a coffee, look at the Acropolis, and just have a chat. And then in the evening, on the way back, once we've done everything we want to, sit down, have a beer, look at the Acropolis again. Oh man, ooh. yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, the coffees were great out there. Jesus.
But I love just the whole. I think it's having worked with Italians in hospitality as well. I mean, and just knowing they have they have a big like. Talking about coffee, you would not be able to have coffee during your lunch. You would have to have it at the end of your meal.
It's true, yeah.
Because, and I love, they just give such a shit, like, about their food and stuff like, and I love their food. So I really want to, like, just go and just eat, drink, be merry, like, yeah.
Yeah, if you like Italian food, which I am a huge fan of, then, oh my god. Oh, Jesus. It's so good.
But like freshly made, like fresh, like the way it's traditionally meant to be made.
Yep. Yeah.
As well.
Fresh.
I mean, you could get that other places, but from the source. I want it from the source. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was absolutely brilliant, mate. Yeah. When you get the chance, even if you have to, like, I mean, again, I went to Rome with the same friend that I went to Greece with. We try and do something in Europe once every year or two. So the next one's going to be Croatia, because we've done like all the big ones.
My dad always says he wants to go back to Dubrovnik.
I think that's where we're planning to go to. So,
apparently it's amazing. Like even in the winter, he went in the winter because he was doing business out there.
Yeah.
And he was there in the winter, and he said there was like not that many people. It was just him in the coffee shop. It was like a nice chill temperature. Everything's just like, obviously, it looks like Rome. It's like, and it was just amazing, he said. And the food was, because it's a seaside, like, city, like,
yeah,
because it's got all those red roofs, doesn't it? Like,
right.
I think it looks gorgeous. Like, I'm like, I want to try that out. I want to go see that.
Yeah, I mean, we're planning to hopefully do that maybe Mayish time next year, but we're still talking about it at the moment, so we'll see what happens.
Cool.
But, yeah. Can't wait.
Oh man, a holiday. Haven't had one of those in a while.
Do you know, I try to do it even if it's just a few days, just to get away and do something. So I'm really lucky that the last 3-4 years I've been able to head over to Fuerteventura with my parents. We try to
that's like a regular thing you do every year, roughly, isn't it?
Yeah, and because that's exactly right. Yeah, and because we go to the same place as well, so it's you get there, you know where everything is. You don't need to worry about it. My nephew gets there and he's already stripping off to get in the pool. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
He wears his trunks on the plane so that when he gets off, he's good to jump straight in. Legend.
Big brain.
There you go. There you go.
Big.
Yeah.
Big brain.
Yeah. But yeah, oh man, yeah, can't wait for next holiday. That's it's next year now, but you know, that's all right.
Should we do another one?
Yeah, let's do it. Give me some numbers.
6.
6, you say? Have you found it yet?
Nope, let's have a look. 6.
Okay.
Bryn tries to heal Lemington with healing word whilst touching him. Other healers around him are perplexed. Yeah, that was the playoff of kind of Runt's mother thing.
Yeah.
And he's like touching. He's like, why is he?
I think that's got to be a thing now, hasn't it? It's the healing word doesn't work unless he's touching them, because it's just.
And it's just
stupid.
like, what?
Why? Yeah, why?
It's like they're like, what's the mean? He knows that's a long range spell,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
He knows he doesn't have to be that close. That's what the others. That's what Cure Wounds is for. What was he doing?
That's the stupid thing is I took it specifically because it was long range, so that I could do it anywhere. And every time I've been like,
you've not used it in that sense at all.
Every time it's been within touching distance. Oh god. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. It's got to be a thing. It's got to be. It's so.
I'd like to have a word and hear some healing.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh my
no.
gosh. Yeah.
He was naked at the time as well.
Oh God, he was. I didn't even think of that. Oh Jesus.
We'll
Oh
say
God.
he's covered by a blanket. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh, do you know what? That's just made me think. I didn't even think about it, but we didn't bring along Spider with us. We could have done that. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ronald is obviously kind of attached to.
To Leamington, yeah.
I think, I mean, that persuasion check would have been humongous.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. We'd have had to beat a 20, I assume. Yeah.
Maybe even 25.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because
Yeah.
I think 20, you could kind of do it, and there has to be some degree of, like, there is a difficulty in this.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. No, I get that. I get that. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want people taking Fluffy Boy from me unless it was for hilarious reasons. Although, to be honest with you, Kyle almost did, so I can't say too much. But yeah, yeah, I get that. I get that. He comes, or she comes hand in hand with Leamington, I think, and that's where the fun comes from. Oh gosh. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, that's the fun thing about these spells, though, is that there's so much creativity around what you can do with them. I mean, like we say, the stupid healing word with using your hands, which is obviously completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of the things I've been able to do, you know, obviously the what's it? Spiritual weapon has turned into people now. You know, it's never meant to be that. You're very kind to let me get away with it, but it's never meant to be that, is it? It's meant to be just, you know, it's a sword, it's a dagger, it's just some form of weapon. But all of a sudden we've turned it into, okay, what's the most stupid thing it can be this time? Which I think was ended up being Leamington doing his yoga.
Yeah.
And why not? And then what's the other thing? Spiritual guardians. Using
Spirit Guardians.
Spirit guardians, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very close.
Yeah, and what did we do this time? Was it Headless Breezes again? I can't remember. I feel like it was.
Yeah, you did that against the Displacer Beast in the previous episode.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. This the fun of it is that you can
Flavor.
Yes, yeah. But the thing is that you can flavor it differently every single time, and that's not just with those two spells or those three. You can do it with almost everything. You know, I particularly enjoy when we manage to kill something or bring it down to 0 hit points, and you say, you know, tell me how this happens, because all of a sudden you're like, I could basically, within reason, do anything with what I've just done. You know, I could do a triple backflip and then, you know, slice them in half, or I could, you know, something amazing happens with the spell that I've just done, or something like that. And it's like, you know, as long as we're not going beyond the you know, the fairness of the sort of what's going on, and we're not sort of cheating it too much, you know, most of the time you can get away with it, which is quite cool. You know, they call it the sort of the rule of cool type of thing, and it's your moment to be cool. You know. Yeah. I really enjoy that.
There's even in it's been great as a player with the Rollers of Fate guys to like be a player for this long. I've never done that. I've always had the forever GM curse, but it's been really great to be a player. And, I mean, I've played with you guys, but nothing like in this capacity where it's like a persistent campaign in D&D.
Plus, we don't really
to grow my character. Like getting to grow my character, it's not like a one shot. I get one chance, and you know, I can actually go somewhere with it.
We don't really play, let's be honest. This isn't D&D. This isn't like
you do. It's just how we play it, and that's the beautiful thing. You can play it as you will. You hear some rules, but really, they're just a guideline. They're a guideline, and you're totally. That's why I hope. I mean, D&D. I've mentioned this on the channel before. It started off as a homebrew thing. Everything starts off as a homebrew thing.
Yeah.
So that's the life of D&D. So it's like, here's some rules that have been generated over the years that work for everybody, but you can choose to throw them all out if you wish.
Yeah, that's right.
And I mean, going back to the flavoring thing, like, there's a spell called, because my character is a mix between warlock and wizard.
Okay.
And a wizard spell called Expeditious Retreat, which makes me really fucking fast.
Ooh.
And I
Okay.
flavored it almost like the Flash.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
But rather than running just really fast,
Hmm.
it's like I play off the kind of almost similar thing to the Flash homebrew thing I've done for Bryn,
Yeah.
and I leave like burn trails, like things are set on fire behind me,
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
and it's just this blur. And even my playing style in terms of like what I have two ways I kind of describe my spells in terms of flavoring for. I've got for offensive, it's always like green flames.
Okay.
And when it comes to healing, like or defensive stuff, it's all like a golden shimmer.
Hmm.
The playoff and it plays off the colors of my god.
Mm.
That's my patron.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
so because they're like a celestial like a celestial ent person. That's kind of what they're visualized as.
Okay.
Having their roots through fate and time.
Mm.
That's kind of their thing, and they're known for knowledge and wisdom. That's what they like in their devotees, stuff like this. So that was, so like I've got this flavoring for stuff I've done, which chimes in with quite a lot of stuff I've wanted to do, and it makes sense, and I like it for me, and yeah, I totally get to just really develop. It's been really cool, and kind of especially like how their relationships with everybody as well. So, it's been cool. It's been cool. It's been really cool.
It's like I say, it's always fun to watch. You guys like really interact well with each other as well within that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good group. You play around a lot with each other. That's what I quite enjoy.
Mm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
we come at it from a totally different point of view. We're quite direct. We're like, I want to do this, and everybody else will be like, yeah, go on then, let's do this. Whereas you guys you're sort of, you're a team more so. Not always, but
Yeah, I think as well we get to a point where we disagree and had arguments, like actual like with post anti it's chaos, but that's kind of the theme,
Yeah.
right?
maximum,
Which is
yeah.
totally great, and we do really stupid stuff. It's
Yeah.
funny all the time. I mean, we're with the Rollers of Fate thing. It's like really, it can be fun, it can be silly, but we also have a lot of variety in how we've had some very serious moments. Like even once I was talking about, oh, let's do this thing, and the other player went, no, we need to start doing these stupid fucking things, and me plus Zachary, who I'm playing with. But it was great. I was like, oh shit, sorry, I didn't. And Zachary, this kind of is like very kind of like really like very what's the word I'm looking for? Just really kind of been like, okay, I get it. I'll stop fucking around. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. Take it seriously? No, come on.
Yeah, no, it's like he can get serious. Like he's had some he definitely has somewhat of vengeance on his mind, which he tries to keep at bay, but it does burst through.
Alright.
And his needs. He's very. I would say he's almost like, and I've said this recently, where I feel like being neurodivergent myself. I've started to kind of play what if he is as well, and that's why I've playing him the way I've been playing him. What if he's just like really like super like hyper focused, like ADHD, like if he's like but he kind of like has the right intentions and it's a good idea, but he doesn't think it fully out.
Yeah.
And he's the smart guy, like, and stuff like this, but he's not wise.
Okay.
Being intelligent, being wise are two different things.
Yes.
So he's still like, and I've got him playing in his 20s or something.
Right. Okay.
So he's a young guy. So he's
Still learning.
not caught on it. He's like a protege. Like he was noticed for his interest in Nate's. To like he got scouted for the mages of high sorcery, where they're the magic users, because magic isn't a big thing in the world, but it's increasingly becoming a thing again, and more people are trying to
Sure.
get themselves back into it and understanding, but then you've only got a one group of people who are like, we're still studying it, and they're the only ones who can use it, and it's kind of like, well, I'm kind of interested to see which side they use it for, because they're almost like a neutral party, like, you know, in the whole situation so far.
I feel
so I wonder which way they're gonna. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a big thing with my backstory, I think. So,
cool.
And then other players, I think. So, it's definitely going to be something that happens, but I feel like it's down the road a bit, but it keeps coming back. So, yeah.
Okay. Right.
So, question to you to bring it back.
Yes.
Real quick. What is Bryn's hopes at the moment? What is he like? You know, going on to this thing, and obviously you're going to investigate this explosion thing, and coming off of your recent adventure, like, and we did a couple of days of downtime in between. What do you think from jumping into this, jumping to that? What's kind of, if there's not a specific direction, what's his kind of mentality?
I think,
and how is it developed from point A to point B?
Yeah, I think to begin with, it started because of what happened to Bryn. So, sorry, not to Bryn, to Nightbreeze. So he was like, okay, well, let's try and get the people who caused the problem, whatever, which he did. So that kind of sorts that out. I think one of the things that we discussed when I first created the character was that he was a hermit. He's not somebody who, does too much with other people. So, I mean, it could go one of two ways, really. It could be that he finally finds the family he's been waiting for amongst these pillocks. Or it could go the exact opposite way, where he's like, right, I've got my humble abode, now leave me alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the humble abode is almost a way of being like, I'm going to re-enter isolation, but somewhere else with this very few people.
Possibly.
I mean, kind of
that could be a way where I can phase out that character for a bit and bring in another one. Be like, right, I'm shutting the door now, bye. It's locked. I mean, I've never given it that much thought, to be honest with you. As you can imagine, I like it to flow as it's happening. So, I mean, we've come up with one plan between us outside of playing the game, and we didn't even go through with it. That's as a group. That's all we've really ever done.
What's Bryn's plan for what's coming? In terms, he wants to go find this. He wants to go find the village. Then what?
Get in, kill what he needs to, stop vehicle from looking too good, get out again.
So you're going in to try and show vehicle up. So it's purely vain once again.
What? No. Yes.
No. Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Purely your
I feel like it's a little bit the fight for Runt's soul as well. Because he's got two adults, one big burly barbarian guy, and then one older gentleman he doesn't really like that much.
Bryn is jealous.
I think so. Oh yeah, he's definitely jealous.
You really think he's like, I'm the fucking father figure? Motherfucker?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he's like, yeah, don't you come in here trying to be leading the group and all this stuff. I'm like, Bryn likes to pretend that he's in charge, where he's actually not even at all. Or quite often he'll make the poor decisions. So, I mean, he almost left Runt to go off to a village, so of frogs. So but yeah, I think he likes to pretend that he knows what he's doing, whereas in actual fact, he's just he has no idea. He's making up as he goes along, as are we all. So, right. Would you like a present?
Give me 1 second to get on Twitch. Hang on.
Oh, okay. Let me. I'll talk through the present as whilst you're sorting yourself out. So, as I said,
update.
Oh, what? Well, right. I'm going to have to vamp for a few minutes then. So, so the present, which is essentially just a clip from our next episode. So we did a Candela once again. David made a good point, which is it's coming up to Halloween. Why shouldn't we do one of the scary things? It was like, oh yeah. So a few weeks ago we got together, myself, David, Josh, and Cisco, and the four of us filmed another Candela, and it was very fun. But it's, as I say, it's the first episode of that is actually ready to go, so it'll be all good. Second episode still working on, so that'll be fun. That's my job for the next week. But I do have a clip from it. So I didn't want to spoil too much of what was going on, as you can imagine. So I've taken it from near the start. So there's a moment near the start where, David quite rightly asks us, what have your characters been up to since the end of the last adventure, And of course, Josh and Cisco, they have very interesting and very clever, things to say. I, however, hadn't given it a moment's thought, so I was racking my brain going, and then I remembered one thing that I'd said, and that became the entire sort of next few minutes of me talking about what was going on.
I knew this would become a clip. I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Dear.
Yeah. It also has ended up being my favourite part of the first episode, so I thought I've got to show it. So apologies, because it's me showing off essentially. Well, no, it's more me fumbling trying to find, like what has he been up to? I have no idea. Yep. So yes, are you ready? Are you ready for it?
Let's see it.
Alrighty, here we go. Here comes the clip.
And where do we find Bus?
Well.
Oh, God.
Well, I think the last place that we were thinking of meeting up with mein Freund, Dr. Frankenstein. Which I think I have been in contact with mein Freund to see what experiments he has and whether they might be in any way helpful to us. So we are in a lot of contact.
Alrighty. And I guess with Frankenstein, what kind of conversations come up? What specifically are you interested in talking to him? What are... Obviously, you're talking about things that could help you. What kind of questions have you been putting to him?
Well, he is very good with people. He is a people person. And particularly, he understands the human anatomy very well. So, any questions that I have in regards to injuries, he has been very helpful with. He's made some suggestions. But also, maybe he's had one or two ideas in regards to the paranormal as well. And maybe how that might, be useful to us as well.
Okay. You talked to him about the paranormal.
Yeah.
So is this an official statement that Dr. Klaus believes?
9. Because, look, you must... I cannot deny what I've seen. It is all tricks of the light. And I do not... I am ein scientist, professor scientist. Yeah. So, I must see complete proof, and I haven't seen this yet. So...
Okay.
I will continue my investigations.
Okay. And what... And how do you feel about your circle? How do you feel about Candela?
Well, it passes the time, doesn't it? It's it's a bit of fun.
Is that another way to say you don't have any other friends?
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Just like the paranormal.
Yes.
Oh, I think you're muted for me.
Sorry. Yes, I'm back. Well. I apologise.
Well.
Sorry, I muted myself because it was coming out of my speakers, so I thought I might be feeding back through.
Okay.
So, yeah, honestly, man, it was funny just trying to work out what the hell I was doing. There is a even funnier moment with regards to Dr. Frankenstein coming up. I can't remember which episode it's in now. I feel like it's just so funny, and I was just like, oh my god, it's like a little tiny flashback, and it's so good. You know what I mean, didn't you?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure
It's literally just after that clip that happens.
it is.
It's
You're right.
The same kind of scene.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah. It's so good. I think I've made
We just
it.
take that bit and we kept going.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I made it a clip of the week, and I think that's why I didn't put it in. Oh yes, I will tell you the name of the clip of the week. Obviously, the episode hasn't even come out. I'll just tell you the name of the clip of the week, which is thorough research. So keep an eye out for thorough research after the episode comes out a few days afterwards.
Yeah. I'll talk to. Actually, let's talk about the title afterwards.
Oh yes, okay.
The assignment, name of the assignment and stuff.
So you don't want to talk about that now?
Oh well, I mean, fuck it, yeah. So I mean, the assignment is called The Red Lens, and I mean, this chapter is this first chapter is called The Red Road. So.
Yes, I mean, what could it mean? I mean,
there's a theme here.
There is. I think the funny thing is I think that the assignment and why it's called that isn't really answered too much. So I'm really interested to see where it goes.
It kind of touches on it very lightly, and this with the naming and stuff, it kind of gives a little bit, but for what I have in store, it goes a lot deeper.
Yeah.
I was writing some notes recently. I went, "Oh my god, that's dark, man."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just went, "That is horror."
I'm not surprised. I mean, that is the fun thing about this is we can touch into the horror stuff and really go crazy with that. I love playing the comic relief character. It's so much fun, but I sometimes wonder whether I have to. I very much keep aware of it.
Mostly got you mortally wounded.
Yes, that's true. But I'm fine with that. That's
fine. You can take what? You've taken 2 scars already.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you can only take 2 more.
That's right. Yeah, and I can't. I don't know what life would be like without Klaus von Strudel.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
It'd be non-Strudel.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Strudel.
I mean, I know if I was going to then be another character, I know exactly what type of character I'd be. That's for me. That's easy. So I mean, I'll even say it. I want to be a hothead fighter, like full-on brawler, full-on. Because a lot of what we do is about sticking to the shadows, staying behind, staying away from things. I want to be like, nah, screw this. I'm going straight in for this. I think that would be really interesting because I don't feel like any of the rest of the party is like that. And I think they would be like, "Oh Christ, that's got us into a trouble now," So yeah, I think that could be interesting. But I'm at no point am I trying to get rid of Klaus. Klaus is one of the craziest characters, along with Dr. William Fortescue. I think the 2 best characters.
Fortescue is great.
Yes,
Fortescue is great.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually looking back over a couple of shooters and sympathies.
Shocked to soberness.
Yeah,
one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was looking back over shooters and sympathies, and there's so much stuff that's come out of that you just forget that was so good in it. I mean, the Dick Compliant came out of that. I mean, it's just that in itself.
Oh, we need to do another one of those.
We're only halfway through it. I know. Yeah, we'll have to sort that out at some point. Yeah, but
that'd be great.
Oh yeah. But it was so much fun. It was so much fun.
Wouldn't that be great if that was a Christmas special?
Let's talk with Josh.
Like the second half.
Oh my god. Yeah. Let's talk.
See if Josh will do a Christmas spin on the second half.
Well, talking of Christmas, before we get to Christmas, we have Halloween first of all. So we have been talking about Hallowstream. and we're trying to decide whether we will do one or not. So Halloween actually falls. The 31st actually falls on a Thursday, so it's perfect for us. It would literally be on the on the day that we would stream anyway. The issue is, as you can tell, not all of us are always available on a Thursday, so it makes things real tough. So we're still in conversation as to whether that will happen. If it doesn't, we'll end up doing an episode instead. It will be the second half of the Candela episode will go out. But you don't know this. Nobody knows this. In the background, I've been getting a few little clips ready, just in case, of something that everybody's forgotten about. And no, I'm not going to say. Obviously, that's going to be for the stream. I'm not going to because it's. I think you will be really pleased with it. Let's put it that way. But it's something that happened a little while ago, and we sort of forgot. And I think that will be fun to sort of go back on it. So I've got I think 3 clips from that I sorted out over the past couple of weeks. So
nice.
So that'll be fun if that ends up happening. If not, we've got the clips, we can use them another time. So we'll see how it goes. So so watch this space for Hello Stream. Hopefully we'll know by next week, and we can sort of mention it in the sort of episode next week if it's going ahead. But we'll keep you updated. But we'll see. It's all about whether we're available, because we don't want to be doing a Hello Stream. There's only one or two of us, because it's not as it's nice to have us all around doing something like that. So we'll see how it goes.
Is Ben back from Africa by then?
He'll be back by then. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So he's I think he's gone for 2 weeks. He went, or was it Tuesday last week? So he's got 1 more week left. So he'll be back before then, hopefully. So we'll see. We'll see how we do. But no matter what happens, we'll have something going out on Halloween. And it'll be either a scary episode, or it'll be us trying to be scary.
That's I mean, us trying to do it is horrifying enough.
That's true.
I think.
True.
Yes. It's gonna be scary how bad we'll be.
Oh,
yes. Damn. Self roast.
Oh yeah. I've even changed the intros. You know how we have the sort of the 10-minute countdown. We've got Halloweeny music for the next couple of episodes. So
cool.
Yeah, so that's quite cool. Right. Well, I think I've run out of things to talk about, and also my cup runneth dry with no tea.
Oh no!
So obviously, that essentially means I'm done. I have nothing more to talk about. I'm not. No, it's not just that. I'm not willing to talk about anything else.
Oh, okay, fine. Fine.
I don't know why I'm in such a unhappy old man mood today. Fetch my pipe and slippers. Gosh. But yes, thank you, David, for the D&D episodes. It was very fun. And
well, before we go, can we just, on a final note, talk about Runt's wild magic into a giant fucking plant?
How did we not talk about that?
I know.
That was mad.
That was the funniest fucking part.
I've never seen rolls like it. All within 1 round.
Yes.
6 seconds. And so let's just run through the sequence of events, right?
Yes, go for it.
He gets captured and he's being pulled away. Then he does enlarge, so he becomes twice the size, 8 times as heavy.
Yeah.
Breaks free, the toad thing's really scared.
Yeah.
Then he falls over. No, hold on. No, sorry, no. He wild magic goes off and he greases everything around him in a 10-foot square.
Yes.
Or as you put it, he craps grease.
Yep.
Then he falls over onto the groom. Then he turns into a potted plant.
Yes. The same size he was.
The same, yeah. Which is just out of nowhere. And then he turns back into. Does he go back into a grung again?
No, so he gets as a plant, he doesn't have many hit points, so then he transforms back into himself.
That's right.
As enlarged, but then I think something happened where he lost concentration and shrunk. I can't remember quite exactly, but a lot happened.
It's the fact it's all in such a quick succession of each other. Like we have.
I would love to see that animated.
Right. Oh my god.
That would have been so funny. I saw it. I went there and was like, that would be hilarious. Just those 6 seconds.
Yeah.
In an animation. Hilarious.
It's just, how the hell does that happen? I mean, I know obviously Wild Magic really helped that along, and God bless Wild Magic because it's so much fun. But just, I mean, a potted plant. Where's that come from? The thing I love about Wild Magic is it is, no matter what happens, it is always like the fun spanner in the works that you need that comes out of nowhere. We all rejoice when he rolls and Wild Magic happens. Let's put it that way. It's great fun.
Man, I'm so glad I took that homebrew rule from Dimension 20 and put it into our game. Shout out Brendan Lee Mulligan for that idea. It's so good.
Yeah. Just gives that extra chance to have it go off.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Which Josh is like, it's not going off as much as I'd like to.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping for that. I'm like, hey, well, I got the rule for you. And I hadn't long watched that series because during the pandemic. That's when I got into Dropout and formerly College Humor, and watched their D&D series. I mean, they're funnily enough, they're doing which is obviously you're going to do something similar soon. They're using the Kids on Broom system. They're doing the Magical Academy season 2 thing at the moment, so that's cool.
Cool. I might have to have a look at that because I think it's an open secret now that I'm working on something Harry Pottery.
You have said on stream, but you haven't really
gone
dived
into it too much.
Yeah.
So I have found sort of the way I want to play it. I don't want to overcomplicate it, as I never do with my systems. It's going to be something simple-ish, but the lore of it is so in depth, and what you can do with it, and the fact that there's so many different ways you can go with it. I'm actually still trying to get it all together and be like, right, how does this work and how will that work? And there's a lot to it. It's like whoa, this is mad. Because the thing is that I know the first thing you want to do in that thing is fire off a load of spells, go flying around the place, turn people into frogs and animals and stuff, try a polyjuice potion, and I've got to be sat there going, how the hell does any of this work?
Yep.
So, I like I say, there's a system that I saw that I really liked the look of. I just thought it was more complicated than what I wanted to do, so I've just got to find a way to simplify it a bit.
Yeah.
I don't want to go quite lasers and feelings with it and just be like, right, you roll this or that and that's it. That's all you get. I want to, have a little. Let's have a little more fun with it and go into it a little more. But I don't want to be slammed into the minutiae of every detail at the same time. So yeah, but I can't wait for that. I mean, when we get that going, the first episode is going to be so much fun because it's just going to be exploring and playing around with this thing. And let's be honest. Let's see if we can break this. That's that's what's going to end up being. But yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but if
Ben plays, he will find a way.
Oh, absolutely. But
that's like Ben's specialty.
Yeah, but my plan is to essentially do, start you at the beginning of the first year, and let's play from that. Let's let you grow the characters.
I would love to. I would love to. I would love to start from the beginning and just kind of live that journey. That would be great.
There's a really fun mechanic in what I am looking at using as well. Where as you level up in years, that's when you get more spells.
Ooh, nice.
So you only have certain spells at level 1. It's kind of D&D-esque. But,
that's cool.
But because
I'm cool with that.
But it makes sense because you're learning them as you go along through the years. So, yeah. So, yeah, we'll see how that works. But, oh, God.
I'm a wizard, Ackers.
Well, that's the tagline. I cannot wait to do this. It's going to be so much fun. But yeah. Anywho, as I say, my tea
Anywho.
runneth cold, and
Yes, runneth dry.
yes.
Yes.
So yeah, keep an eye out. It's Candela Obscura coming next week. And then after that, we will let you know whether it will be a Hello stream or another Candela. Either way, it's going to be something a little spooky. So, yes, until then, enjoy your rest of your October, your Halloween. Oh, boo.
I keep forgetting it. That does that. I just literally meant to do the thumbs up, and that's still okay.
Goodness me. Well, from the half of us that try to keep things professional, it's goodbye, and from David.
Nah, nothing.
Bye,
Bye.
Right, take it easy, everyone. See you again soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.